Okay, we seem to have implemented the microphone correctly. I do not know how long the battery will last on this wireless microphone, so there's only one way to find out, and that is to use it. I believe it's at a full charge, and when it gives out, we have a backup microphone we will use. And if that doesn't work or is not charged, we will resort to using the microphone on the camera that you are looking at right now, which is the Microsoft Lifecam, looking down upon a field that we just threw randomly together without any much thought to it. Once we got the rivers and the, if you want to call it, landing zones implemented or whatever, but this was kind of found water shapes, and we just threw them together and they look like they're very interesting, so we're going to keep it. And right now you don't see much other than the bridges, the facility, we'll just call it the facility, and the forest and some hills and some ridges and 4 battle mechs. I believe they are all Valkyries and 1 Jenner. We are in the process right now of printing another Jenner. And you might notice when we get to the point of having close-up shots that the Jenner is a larger print than, or at least almost equal size to the Valkyries, which are light mechs. And there's a reason for that is I think we printed the Valkyries a little bit smaller than they should have been for speed. And right now that's fine. We've got them on the table, and as you can see, barely. They have their little posts at the back of their stands, which we are using to record damage. So this is an attempt, which shows promise so far, of using of having a Hex Command Nova game using mech designs from BattleTech and CAV, and having no roster. And so that is the mission that we are on here, to create this game with no rosters at all. There will be markers on the table for status and other things, just like you would see in a Hex Command mechanized game. But in this case, we're trying something new. We've created these little posty things that stick on the base of the mech. And at this point, what we will do, just for simplicity, is we won't use any of the other military equipment. We won't use infantry vehicles and so on, and there won't be any aerial vehicles. This is all just going to be the mechs themselves. Much as we hate to do that, that's what we're going to do, because we adhere to the thinking that the BattleTech and CAV universe should be a corporate military engagement, and that means all combined arms, not just the gladiatorial arena games that we see so often with battle mechs. We believe that if it's going to make any sense at all, which is stretching credulity, that it has to have something to do with the military or the mercenary reality of the time, and this is in the year, who knows, X, 3000X. But we want to have a game that has combined arms. It is not just the walking battle machines. We don't believe that that should be done. The proper, at least for in our opinion, the proper way to have these games is for them to be non-historical, historical games, which means combined arms and a variety at that. So having said that, for today's test, for simplicity, we just set up this table, as I said, and we got the mechs out there, and we're just going to go ahead and start. I mean, that's all there is to it. It's not complicated. It's Hex Command mechanized with mechs, and as we all know, the Hex Command mechanized system is basically symbol dice, and that's it. Range to the target is in bands, and in this era, just like in Hex Command mechanized, the bands are of 3 hexes each. So the 3 hexes immediately around the mech are automatic hits. The next band of 3 hexes is color. The next band is code, and the next band after that is code and color. So as you can imagine, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hexes And to hit the target requires a CNC on the die, and that means code and color, and that refers to the star symbol. And that's the way this game and all the games of the Hex Command system basically work. So with that, we'll start. And I may go on mute now to save battery power as I continue to set up the table.